Hi, and welcome to Level 2, Week 11 and 12 lesson plans. First, we have our vault stations. Our first station will be a double station. The students are going to start in their lunge, and they're going to kick to a handstand, hold, and then land flat on their back on an 8-incher. Our second station will have two activities. The first station will be a hurdle drill, so the students will start standing on the block with one foot. They'll bounce down to the springboard, into a handstand, landing on a flat back. Our second activity, the students will be working on their hands-on, feet-on, onto the chip. So they'll start back, they'll run, proper hurdle onto the board, and then hands-on, feet-on, onto the chip. Then they can jump off or front handspring off and land on their feet. Our next station will be a double station, and the students will be doing their wall sit. So they'll put their back against the wall, bend their knees to 90 degrees, and hold for 10. Our last station will be a double station, and the students will be hopping side to side on one foot over a Velcro line all the way down and all the way back using both feet. Floor stations. This week, the students will be given their own box or line to stand on and will be working on various skills that we have learned this year. They will each stay in their box and work independently on mastering these skills. First skill they will do is their straight-armed forward roll. They'll start with their arms by their ears, feet together, and they'll roll without bending their elbows. Then they'll try their straight arm straddle roll. So they'll start in a straddle, roll with straight arms to a straddle sit, and then push, keeping their arms and legs straight to stand. The next skill they'll be working on is their candlestick. So feet together, arms by their ears, rolling, letting their shoulders and arms lay on the ground and lifting their hips, keeping a tight, hollow body, and standing with their feet together and their arms by their ears. The next skill they'll be trying is their straight arm backward roll to push up. So they'll start with their arms straight, ears covered, roll back, keeping their arms straight and shooting their toes back into a push-up position. The next skill they'll be working on is their handstand. So they'll start in a lunge, ears covered, show their T and kick, bringing their feet together, and then finishing, showing a T and lunging, keeping that same foot in front, arms by their ears, and a nice straight line from fingers to toes. The next skill they'll be doing is their cartwheel step in. So the students will start in a lunge with their ears covered, cartwheel kicking one leg at a time, and then finishing feet together, ears covered with a tight, flat body. The last skill they'll be working on is their power hurdle to lunge. So they'll start feet together, arms up, they'll swing and jump, landing one foot at a time with their favorite foot in front, leaning forward. Bar stations. Our first station will be a double station, and students will be on the high bar working on their monkey crawl, going all the way across, all the way back, landing on their feet. Our second station will be a double station, and the students will be working on their glide swing, straight arms, straight legs, showing a hollow body. Our next station will be a double station, and the students will be doing grip squeezes with the sponges. They'll take one sponge in one hand and scrunch it up, working on their grip strength. Our next station will have two activities at it. The first station, students will use the silver parallettes to do dips. So they'll press up, lifting their hips, and then bend their elbows using their triceps to push up and down. In the second activity, the students will be doing their chin-up pullover with a coach, and then adding their back hip circle if they're ready, and then a forward roll. Beam stations. Our first station will be a double station, and the students will be working on their T-touch. So start in a lunge, lift their back leg to show the letter T, touch the beam and stand, keeping their ears covered, finishing in a lunge. Our next station will also be a double station, and the students will be working on their tuck jump. They'll start one foot in front, arms up by their ears, swing their arms down, bend, and jump, lifting their knees up to their chest, keeping one foot in front of the other. Our next station will also be a double station. The students will be either on the middle or the front beam, and they'll be working on their dismounts. So they'll stand up on the beam, and they'll start with their round-off dismount, starting in a lunge, finishing on 2 feet, and if they're ready, they may move on to front handspring. And our last station will be a double station, and the students will be doing calf raises. They'll stand sideways on the beam, feet together, lifting up and down in a releve with straight legs.